in 2020, we weren't able to do the CIT training with COVID and everything that restricted us. So it's really great to be able to be back here. Usually we do a class in the spring. We had to push it back to this fall, but it is so great being back in person, getting back together with our coaches, getting new students in here and reuniting with our actors who make this training possible. It's a 4-day class, and the first day and a half is lecture, and then the role plays kick in. And when I say that, we bring in professional actors that are actually trained in crisis situations so that we can make these role plays, these scenarios, as real as we can to the real world. In other trainings, we may have law enforcement officers do the role play part, and we try and be good, but there's nothing that matches having a professional actor in here. When you talk to the students over the years, they say, I was so drawn in, I forgot I was in a scenario. That's the perfect case. That's where we want them to be in their heads, that they forget they're doing a scenario and it's real world. And over the years, we've had students get out of the class and contact us back and said, oh my God, the next call that I had on the street was so much like that scenario I was in. It was just, and they're just amazed at being able to connect back up what they learned in class to the scenario to bam, immediately using the skills in real life.
We've come a long way in the last, I would say, decade around the stigma with mental health. And we know that over the last several years, we're seeing more and more of that. So mental health is a big piece of crisis, we think, but the other part is that a lot of people just are in crisis in general. There's been a lot of things that have happened in the last few years that have increased people's mental health issues, has increased just people's crisis, their coping skills. You know, people are not able to see people, they're not able to access services the way that they normally would. We're seeing people that are just being isolated and cut off from people. And if nothing else, that can create a mental health issue or a crisis in someone who maybe didn't have one before.
Well, I'm learning to be a coach and learning some of the duties that come with CIT. The fun of this is watching cops really evolve throughout the process. And the first day, they're being exposed to someone's crisis. And by the last day, you see the evolution, the empathy, how they're able to turn it on and tune into specific things quickly, where they go from just trying to stumble through the woods to suddenly they're taking someone at their lowest point and they're helping them navigate to a better platform of hope, positivity, and build something new from there.